Well, the last 4 to 6 weeks have certainly tested us gardeners, particularly here in the UK. We've had the prolonged heat wave and also no rain at all, so we've got bits of drought everywhere. As a result of this, quite a lot of the plants have got stressed out, causing them to bolt and get to seed. Some have even died. Anyway, just to let you know, I'll show what we've been up to. Tank of carrots here, you may recall that I sown these right early on in the season. They actually was in the greenhouse for a good while. Well, the soil's bone dry and it has been for a good while. It's been neglected, but feeling below, the does feel too bad. These are sweet candle, and I'm just going to pull half a dozen up just to have a look what we've got. That one's 4. We need to 3. That's too bad. I'll do for the time being. So not bad size. Obviously they'd have been a bit bigger if they'd been watered regular. I'm happy with them. I've just spent the last day and a half weeding. It's been much fun. I've got most of the stuff out. There's still a little few surface weeds and that I can run through with the hoe. But it was while I was doing that I realised that I've got a bit of a quandary in one of these middle beds where the tomatoes are. In as much as it's overgrown, it's grown much bigger than I thought it would be. I've got the dahlias, tomatoes and cosmos. Now I've put all my eggs in my basket this year, in one basket, sorry, in as much as the majority of my tomatoes crop are outside. The concern I've got is that the air's not going to get to the fruits. In fact, quite a lot of them are concerned because the dahlias and cosmos are taking over as well. So I've got a tough decision. I think what I might be doing is taking the cosmos out. I'll try and lift them out with the root ball so I can maybe see if they'll transplant somewhere else, but I think I've got to thin them out. Taking a closer look now, you can really see how congested this bed is going on. So I really have made a mistake with this. I think next year the dahlias and the cosmos will probably be on the bed on their own, although they do look nice intermingled with the tomatoes. They do pay a price, and that's restricted airflow, and that's my concern at the moment. These being the only main crop of tomatoes that I do have. So I'm going to try and lift a few cosmos out. I've got other areas on the allotment I can replant them, so I'll try and get a decent root ball and we'll see how it goes. That's a bit bigger than I thought. This was the salad bed that I had earlier on with all the radish that I should have took out. I've still got a few beetroots at the back that I need to come out now, so I'll be taking those out. And there's a lettuce there, more or less gone over. There's only spring onions left which could be pulled. So I'm going to use the rest of this bed now for trying to transplant the cosmos and anything else that I fetch out of the bed. Hopefully the dahlias will be able to stay in. As you can see there, I've got a decent root ball on there, so once I put the all in, I'll put a bit of bloodfish and bone and give it a good soaking, and hopefully that will continue growing. As you can see from this, I religiously water the garden at least twice a week and give it a good soaking. This is still powder dry, so just shows the water's not getting down, water's evaporating quickly. So like I said before, once I've dug the hole, I'm going to give it a really good soaking, bit of wood fishing bone, and put the plant back in. There have been a couple of casualties where the arms have broke off. Trying to hold that up, put it in the ground, put a stake in, tie some string round, watering. You need as many arms as an octopus, but I think that'll be alright. This beetroot that I'm lifting now is called bolt hardy, and believe it or not, it did bolt. I've chopped the tops down, hopefully it saved them, and not too woody, but I'm going to come out, and I think I've got a bit of ground up there where I might sow a few more seeds in and get a few more late crops. It's the first batch of beetroot for this year, so we'll be sowing another batch in probably the end of the week. Actually, it's soils. Once the soil's got damp, I'll get a good housing down. I'll do another couple of drills. Another job I failed to do the last 2 years was to remove these plastic protection collars off the parsnips. The result was the parsnips grew into the collar, and it was a bit of a game to get off. I ended up sawing off the top of the parsnip and actually digging it out. So I've had to feel around. The top of the parsnip's grown, but it hasn't actually touched these yet, so I think I'm just about in time. Being careful, I think we'll be alright. It's one down, 17 left. You know, it never ceases to amaze me. I'll come in the greenhouse at least once a day to water these, sometimes it's twice, and obviously I see the stuff growing, and we've got the cucumber here, but how on earth did I miss this here? Can't believe I've not seen that before. Just got the first cabbage ready to pick. It probably could do with another week or so, but we've got some need for the veg, so I'm going to pick this one. I've got plenty of others. I think there's about another 12 cabbage altogether, 2 different varieties. Anyway, I'm going to take this one. Pull a few leaves off. Not a bad specimen, is it? I'm about to unveil the second bucket of first early potatoes. I've still got another 6 to go beside these as well. I'm just doing them as we use them. So pop it into the bucket. So some of these have grown bigger than I really wanted because we've left them in here for a while, but they all count. So that's the haul from the second bucket. I don't know if it's as much as we had from the first one, but still a decent crop. When I get them to the kitchen, I'll put them on the scales for you. This morning we was met with our first rain shower, which was most welcome. However, that didn't last very long. The sun's made an appearance and been quickly replaced with some gusty winds. We've already got some casualties. There's quite a thick branch been snapped off one of the begonias out of the hanging baskets. And you can see the gap it's left there. I expect a few more to be gone by the end of the day because the wind is still quite strong. I did mention a little earlier that I'll be sowing some more beetroot and that. Well, in the front of the bed here I've done 2 rows. That there is bolt hardy again. I've mixed some silver sand in with it so it shows the lines a bit better. And moving on across, there's 2 more rows here of French breakfast as the radishes. While I was in the sowing mode, I've done a tub here of Webb's Wonderful lettuce, and next door here is another tub of spring onions. These will be going into the garden underneath the big maple tree because it's shaded. It gets very, very little sun, so hopefully that'll keep the temperatures down whilst they germinating. We have had rain this morning, but not very much, and it looks as though the sun's coming back in vengeance. So in the next episode I'll probably be sowing some vegetables which will carry us across the winter, some cauliflower and maybe also cabbage. Still got more potatoes to unveil, but that'll be all in the next episode. So until then, see you later. Bye for now.